"Relax, it's just wine," his father laughed as red liquid soaked my shirt. "You're lucky you're even invited," his wife added coldly. I froze, then smiled. They had no idea what they'd just destroyed. My name is Ethan Cole. I'm 36. I work in corporate logistics, always the quiet one in the family. I wasn't flashy, but I had leverage they never saw coming. If you've ever been disrespected in public, subscribe, share your story below, click hype, and let's prove them wrong together. The restaurant smelled like polished wood and expensive perfume, the kind of place where every glass sparkled under soft golden lights. I was invited at the last minute, placed at the far end of the table like I didn't matter. Conversations flowed around me, but none included me. Then it happened. Their son ran past, laughing, and his elbow knocked into the waiter. The glass tipped. Red wine spilled all over my shirt, soaking through the fabric. I stood up, stunned. Silence lasted 1 second, then laughter filled the table. "Don't worry, we'll send you a dry cleaning coupon," his father said, smirking. "It's not like he owns anything expensive anyway." I felt every eye in the room on me. My face burned. I tried to laugh it off, but then someone added, "Some people just don't belong in places like this." That hurt more than the wine. Then I heard it. "This $540 million deal changes everything," my father-in-law said proudly. My chest tightened. That was my deal, my work. I wiped my shirt quietly and walked out. Behind me, someone joked, "Make sure he pays before he leaves." The next day, I saw pictures online. Smiling faces, raised glasses, captions about success. I wasn't in any of them. I checked the family group chat. They were celebrating, planning more events, praising each other. I wasn't even at it. When I asked my wife, she avoided my eyes. "Just let it go, okay?" she said softly. A few days later, we attended another gathering. I stood near the hallway when I heard voices. "He's just dead weight," someone said. Another voice laughed. "She married beneath her." I stood there, listening, feeling something inside me crack. Then came the worst part. Her father pulled her aside. I wasn't meant to hear, but I did. "If he messes this deal up, it's on you," he said. My wife didn't defend me. She nodded. That night she told me, "Stay out of business matters." Stay out of my own work. I couldn't sleep. The shirt still lay on the chair, stained red. I kept staring at it. I questioned everything, my worth, my silence, my marriage. But then something shifted. I opened my laptop and started reviewing the contracts, line by line, clause by clause, and I realized something they didn't. Every part of that deal depended on approvals, my approvals. What they didn't know was I wasn't just handling logistics. Every shipment, every schedule, every operational detail ran through me. I had built the entire structure they were celebrating. Without my sign-off, nothing moved. I leaned back in my chair, staring at the screen. For the first time in days, I felt calm. I had a switch they didn't even know existed, and once I flipped it, everything they built their pride on would fall apart. I didn't need to shout. I didn't need to argue. I just needed to wait. Timing was everything, and I was done being the quiet one they ignored. Now I would be the one they couldn't stop. A few days later, I met Daniel, my mentor. He had known me for years, always watching, always understanding more than he said. He looked at me closely and said, "You don't look like a man who lost. You look like someone deciding when to win." I didn't tell him everything, but I told him enough. He nodded once. Then don't react, execute. That stayed with me. Meanwhile, my in-laws were louder than ever. They planned press releases, interviews, celebrations. They joked about me openly now, like I was invisible. My wife barely spoke to me. It hurt, but I stayed focused. The signing event was set. A huge venue, media invited, executives flying in. I reviewed every clause again.
I scheduled everything perfectly. I waited. Each day the tension grew tighter inside me, but it wasn't fear anymore. It was control. They wanted a show, so I gave them one they would never forget. The event was grand. Bright lights, cameras, polished speeches. My father-in-law stood on stage, smiling like he owned the world. "This deal proves who truly belongs at the top," he said confidently. People clapped. I stepped forward. No one expected me. "You forgot one thing," I said clearly. The room went quiet. He frowned. "What are you doing?" I looked straight at him. "Me." I held up the document. "Operational approval hasn't been finalized." Panic started. Phones rang. People whispered. My wife stared at me, shocked. "You can't do this," he said, his voice shaking. I met his eyes. I already did. I canceled the authorization right there. The room erupted into chaos. Executives argued. Cameras kept rolling. I stepped closer and said quietly, "Next time, don't laugh at the person holding your future." By the next morning, the headlines were everywhere. The deal collapsed, investors pulled out, the company lost millions, my in-laws lost their reputation overnight. My wife tried to talk, but she had no words that mattered anymore. I wasn't angry. I was done. I walked away from it all. The silence felt different now. It felt peaceful. I started fresh, on my terms, with people who respected me. I looked back once, not with pain, but with clarity. They tried to make me feel small, but they built everything on the man they ignored, and when I left, it all fell apart. I learned something through it all. Respect isn't about money. It's about how you treat people when you think they have none. If you've ever been humiliated in public or treated like you didn't belong, share your story below. Subscribe and stand with us. Click hype to help this story reach others who need it. Your story has power. If you felt a connection to mine, please subscribe and share your journey in the comments. Every hype helps someone else feel stronger. Thank you.